Hello, people! Welcome back. You're watching TTBurger Game Reviews, and this is episode 142 of my Klonoa series. This is the final part, episode 142, part 2 of 2. And I am continuing the Klonoa series review, which is about Klonoa the Dream Traveler and stuff. And those of you who missed what happened in part 1, episode 142, part 1 to be exact, look no further. I have a TTBurger recap to show you all what you missed. In episode 142, part 1 of 2, I took a look at Klonoa, Door to Phantom Isle for the PlayStation, and gave it a 9 out of 10 because some problems that I had with the voices sounding muffled like they were recorded on a potato and stuff, and like the length of the game and stuff too it came off as short, and it could have been longer, but it has a lot of replay value to it. So if you want a 2.5D side scroller for the PlayStation, this is the way to go. But now we're going to zoom ahead to the 6th generation of gaming, where we're going to be talking about Klonoa's first adventure on the PlayStation 2, and actually his only adventure on the PlayStation 2 to be exact. And this is the sequel released in the year 2000, 3 years after Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle. And we got it right here. This is Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil. And let's get started. Now, Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil is a fantastic sequel, fantastic side-scrolling platformer, fantastic in so many ways. There are still some problems that I have to talk about, but for the most part, you got yourself a fantastic sequel that should be checked out and stuff, and should be worth checking out, because how could you go wrong if you had fun with Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle? That's what I'm gonna say there. Now let's get into the story. The story is actually deeper and actually darker than the first game's story. The story begins with Klonoa in this dream, they say, and he hears a voice asking for help, and then suddenly he falls into the water and sees a flying ship with the two antagonists, Lyrina and who was this like smuggler pirate like person, and Tat, who's this white and black cat, and they plan to capture him and take his ring so they could cause trouble and just like have control of the dream and stuff, kind of similar to what Gadius and Joka did. But Klonoa is rescued by a priestess who's in training named Lolo and her dog sidekick Papka, and then they fly off and then they meet their leader who's like the king and stuff, and he tells them that in order for Lolo to become a priestess and stuff, and in order to stop Lyrian and Tat, they must ring the 4 giant bells of elements throughout Lunatea and stop them once and for all and stuff. And it's just basically what the story is and such. It's basically what it is. I mean, it's a deeper story. There's more to it, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys because I'm sure those people who like Klonoa and stuff like that are gonna wanna check it out and stuff. For the graphics, this game definitely takes advantage of the PlayStation 2's hardware at the time. I mean, like, sure, like, the graphics aren't anything special nowadays, but back then, these graphics were awesome. They improved over the first game's graphics a lot. The character models look very detailed, and their mouths move and stuff, and the cutscenes look nice too. Although there's no like pre-rendered cutscenes stuff that's all in game, still like the graphics do their job for its time, and once again we have a smooth frame rate. So you want a game with a smooth frame rate, then this is for you as well. The game's frame rate is very smooth, and also like the backgrounds are bright and colorful. They got like a lot of weather effects in them too to make them more realistic and stuff, and lo and behold, you got yourself fantastic looking graphics, definitely. For sound is also an improvement. This time, the quality of the voice setting sounds a lot better. It does not sound like it was recorded on a potato or something like that it sounds all muffled. Here the sound is much better, and like once again, then the voice setting is done in the fictional and fictional language of fan of Nemillion and stuff, and the voice acting does a great job here. It sounds a lot better too. It sounds like its own national language that people speak in real life. And definitely worth it and stuff, because like the voice acting is fantastic, especially Klonoa and Lolo and Papka. They have the best acting in the game. and it definitely fits him because, like, to me, Lolo kind of reminds me of a female version of Klonoa too, and it fits her voice really well. But in the end, she's still a priestess in training, so it fits her definitely. The music is awesome. Like, you got a big variety of music too. You got like similar sounding tunes, but they seem a little bit darker for certain areas because the story is darker. So what you get here is definitely great taste in the sound, definitely. I will admit that I wish there was more songs like that, but we have a big variety of them. Is what I'm trying to say. Now let's get into the meat of this review, the gameplay, and the gameplay is definitely awesome. A definitely improvement as well over its predecessor, definitely. Once again, this is a 2.5D side-scroller, but this time it has complete 3D graphics because it's not running on the PlayStation 2. And this is what we get here. Like, you pretty much spend the time like collecting gems, rescuing the creatures to get a higher score and stuff, and more. It's basically like your typical side-scrolling platformer, and it basically take all the stuff from the first game and makes it even better. The controls are smoother too. Like, there were times in the first game where the controls were a little stiff, but here they've actually improved better and stuff. Like, they feel much smoother. And I forgot to mention there's like multiple paths you can take to look for items and stuff, and like to get all the creatures and more, and to get a higher score. Although I do admit though that the game's difficulty, while it is balanced, it can come off as a little bit too easy at times. Like, I had a lot of lives, didn't have to worry about getting a game over for the most part at all. There were a couple times in the first one where I did get a game over and stuff, was able to get back my lives. But still, like, I feel like this game is a little bit too easy. I'm sure people who play this and play the first one will agree that it's a little too easy. And, like, of course, like, the game is longer, but still not that much longer. I mean, like, it's still long. I mean, like, it's still a decent length, but still, like, it's still a longer game. But still, it could have been longer, is what I'm trying to say. You'll pretty much beat the game in about 6 or 7 hours, which is longer than it was with the last game, but still, like, I feel like it could have been longer, is what I'm trying to say. And aside from that, though, I also mentioned that there are also some levels where you can ride on like a snowboard, hoverboard, whatever you call it, and just like try and like stop Tat, and the bosses are fun too. You got a big variety in the bosses too. You got this like flower boss, you got this huge ass giant mech that stomps around trying to stop you, and yeah. Also, I've had to mention that the health system has changed too. Last time you could take 6 hit points. This time you only take 3. Some people would probably have a problem with that because you take less hit points, but still the game is a little easier, so it's not that big of an issue. Is what I'm trying to say. And aside from that, though, there really isn't much else to say. I mean, like, it's just the length of the game could have been longer and stuff, and the difficulty can come off as a little too easy at times too, because like I don't know, just comes off a little bit easier. But for the most part, the game is definitely a fantastic sequel to one of the best 2.5D side-scrolling platformers of all time. It is a shame that we never got a Klonoa 3. We got like a crappy remake of the original Klonoa on the Wii, and it sucked ass big time. Bad voice acting. They actually had some English voice acting too, and just with the way you move the Wiimote and the nunchuck and stuff. Definitely just stick with the PlayStation version of Klonoa Door to Phantom Miles, I'm trying to say. And like there were also some games from Klonoa based on the Game Boy Advance. There was also the volleyball Klonoa game and stuff too, which I never played, but I don't plan it because it wasn't even a main game in the series. But that's just me though. So, aside from that, there really isn't much else to say. It's a fantastic sequel, definitely worth owning in your collection, definitely. So, what's my final verdict here, rating, whatever you call it? Well, I definitely recommend you picking up Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil, because it definitely improves a lot over its predecessor. Although, like, there are a couple of things where it does deprove on stuff, it's still worth owning in your collection, definitely. I will take some points off here. I mean, like, due to the quiz I have, it won't be getting a perfect 10. Since this was a fun game and the first game was fun as well, I guess I have no choice but to give the game a 9 out of 10 once again, just like how I did in the first part. And yeah, it's definitely worth owning. Both games are worth owning in your collection here, and definitely worth owning. Just I should admit though that like for this game, like I said, like the first game, the game is very pricey and stuff, ranging from $80 to over $100 and stuff. So it's not as expensive as the first game, but still, the game is pricey. You're spending a lot of money on it if you want this game. So if you can get it, might as well get it before the price goes up again and stuff. And it's a possible bull to find. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So, bottom line, both these games are equally fantastic in their own ways. This one, pick them both up if you can find them, because they're both worth owning in your collection. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. Those of you who like the video, subscribe, give the video a like, comment down below, join my Discord group, TTBurger Gaming United. The link is in the description below. We're always looking for more people to join, so feel free to just show up and just talk and introduce yourself, because I'm always looking for more members here. We are growing bigger and bigger each day, so definitely feel free to join my Discord group. That's pretty much all I gotta say. See you all in episode 143. What will that episode hold? We'll find out. So all I gotta say is Tony, peace out, have a great day, see you all in the next episode.